Hello, dear students. Good morning to you all. As you know, in the previous class, I explained the third chapter of your English CP book. The name of the chapter is Making Friends, right? I hope you remember that in my last class, I explained the first scene of the drama, and today I am going to start the second scene, okay? Before I start the second scene, let's have a recap of the first scene. Here we met two characters, Meg and Joe, right? Joe enters the room while Meg is reading a book, sitting on a sofa near the fireplace, warming her body. We also have got a clear picture of the drawing room, which reflects their poverty, right? While Meg was reading, then Joe enters, as I told you just now, and then again she leaves the room as she has to clear the snow and sweep the path around the garden. But after a while, she returns and starts talking about the Lawrence boy, whom she feels needs some friends. So she has decided to go to their house and talking with his grandfather about it. And here the first scene ends, right? Now I am going to start the second scene. Please open your book at page number 18. Scene 2. The curtains rise to show Laurie looking out of his window. Joe throws a handful of snow towards him. Laurie turns his head to look at Joe. So the boy, the Lawrence boy, whose name we have just come to know that his name is Laurie, and he is standing near his window. And in the meantime, Joe, throws a handful of snow towards him since he was standing. Laurie turns his head to look at Joe. Then their conversation starts. Then Joe, how do you do? Are you sick? Joe is asking Laurie, okay? The how are you means are you sick? Laurie in a croaking voice, means in a broken voice, he told, I have had a bad cold and have been shut up for a week. So he had been shut up. That's why they have not seen, him for a long time, okay? So he himself is telling that he was sick. And then Joe replied, I am sorry. What do you amuse yourself with? Don't you read? So now Joe is asking that I am sorry that you were sick, I didn't know. Now how do you amuse yourself? Means how do you entertain yourself? What do you do to entertain yourself? Don't you read? Do you read books to amuse yourself? Then Laurie replied, not much. They won't let me. He told that I don't read much. They won't let me. Means my family members, whoever was there, they did not allow him to read since he was sick. Okay. Joe, can't somebody read to you? She is asking, is there no one who can read for you? Means reading will definitely entertain you. You'll feel nice, you'll feel happy if anyone reads book for you. Then Laurie replied, Grandpa does sometimes, but my books don't interest him. You see, since Grandpa is an old person and he is a boy, young boy, so his book and definitely his grandpa doesn't like the books he is interested. Okay. So now he is telling that, but my books don't interest him. Grandpa doesn't like my books. The books that I like reading, my grandpa, he doesn't like. and he doesn't, those books do not interest him. And I hate to ask Brooke all the time. Okay, Brooke is another character, and if you go through the book, I mean a Little Woman, then you will definitely get. And he was another character about whom here, I mean, Laurie mentioned. We don't know anything else unless we go through the, I mean, whole book. Okay, anyway, another character he has mentioned about, and he is telling that I hate to ask Brooke all the time. So Brooke is a person I don't like to, I mean, ask him all the time, read books for me. Joe, have someone come and see you then? And he is asking, Joe is asking, is there anyone who comes to see you? Then Laurie replies, there is not anyone, means no one comes to see me. I would like to, means he is telling that there is not anyone I'd like to see. Nobody comes or no one is there whom I like to see. I myself don't like to see anyone. Boys make such a row. Row means here, you see, it's a noise. If means boys come, if I call any boys, I mean, they make so much noise, then I don't like it. Then Joe replied, isn't there some nice girl who'd read and amuse you? Is there any girl, is there any nice girl that can amuse you by reading books for you? Then Laurie replied, don't know any, means I don't know any nice girl whom I can ask, whom I can call to read books for me. Then Joe laughingly, so with a smiling face, she replied, you know us, means we are, definitely we are your neighbors. We are girls, you can ask us. You know us, you know, means we are here, you know us. Laurie, so I do. Will you come, please? Now he's asking, yes, I know you, but will you please come to read books for me? Then Joe replied, I'm not quite a nice. Since she said, she asked, isn't there someone nice girl? So now she is telling that I am not nice girl, but I'll come if mother will let me, if my mother allow me. If my mother allows me, then only I can come. Otherwise, I cannot come. So she is telling that I'll come if mother will let me. If my mother allows me, then I'll come. I'll go and ask her. Shut the window like a good boy. Now she is leaving. And she is telling that I am going to ask my mother. So you please close the, shut the window like a good boy. Since it is cold outside. Now since 3 starts here. When the curtains rise, we see a young boy in a flutter of excitement at the idea of having a company. So now as soon as the curtain rise, means in the third, as soon as the scene third starts, then there's a boy who is excited. Why he was excited? Because he is expecting that someone is going to, be her company. Okay, give her company. He frequently glances at the door, as if expecting someone. He is looking towards the door. A bell peals. What is the meaning of bell? Peal means rings. A bell rings in the distance, and the boy stops. Transfixed. So meaning of transfixed, surprised and unable to move. So he was standing, means still, without any movement. And his head on the side, as if listening to something. He is trying to listen something. Standing without any movement and waiting to hear something. A maid walks in from the right to announce that a young lady has come to see him. So his maid enters and she announced that a lady has come to meet him. Laurie, he is telling that, all right, show her up. It's Miss Joe. Now because he is sure that perhaps that lady, whoever is coming, it is Joe only. Okay. Joe appears with a covered dish in one hand and bathes 3 kittens in the other. She has carried something in her hand. In one hand, a dish, some food, in the other hand, 3 kittens. Joe, here I am, bag and baggage. So, this is a phrase. What is the meaning of bag and baggage? With all possessions. So, I have brought with all my possession with me. Mother sent her love and would be glad if I could do anything for you. So my mother sent her love means she has sent some good wishes to you, and she has sent me, and she is means glad if I can do something for you. Meg wanted me to bring some of her blancmange. Okay, you see the word down, it is how to pronounce. If the spelling, if you see, it seems as if blancmange, but if you see how to pronounce, it is given blancmange. Okay, so Meg wanted me to bring some of her blancmange, and Bet thought her cats would be comforting. So she has brought, what is blancmange? Blancmange is a fruit flavored cold dessert. So what is dessert? Dessert is it's a sweet course eaten at the end of the meal. Okay, so she has brought some food for you. And his sister, another sister, Beth, she has sent her cats, and she thought perhaps her cats would be comforting. I knew you'd be laugh at them, but I could not refuse, since she is willing to send her cats or kitten with me to comfort you. So I could not refuse her. Laurie smiles as Joe uncovers the flamange. So she uncovers. That looks too pretty to eat. Now Laurie says that it's very nice to eat. It seems it is so looking so pretty that I think it will be definitely very nice to eat. Joe, tell the girl to put it away for your tea. So now Joe is telling Laurie that you please ask your girl, means maid, to keep it away for your tea. It's so smooth. It will slip down without hurting your sore throat before you eat, otherwise it will fall down. I came to amuse you. Shall I read aloud? Now she is asking that I have come. My intention of coming here is to amuse you. So I want to read books. Can I read for you? Laurie, thank you. If you don't mind, I would rather talk. I'll feel better to talk with you rather than listening something, or rather than giving permission to read you. So let's talk. I want to talk to you. Joe, not a bit. I'll not mind if you talk. I can talk all day. Beth says I never know when to stop. So now she is telling about herself, that I like to talk very much. And my sister Beth, she used to say that I never know when to stop. Means once I start, I never stop. I go on talking. Laurie anxiously. Now he is asking eagerly that is Beth the rosy one who stays at home a good deal and sometimes go out with a little basket, because he keeps our eyes on their family, since they both their family, they are neighbors, so they live nearby only. That's why Laurie used to look at their house, and now that's why he is asking, is that girl rosy one, okay, the rosy one who stays at home a good deal. Most of the time she stays at home and her complexion is rosy, and she sometimes only goes out with a little basket. Now he is asking, is that girl Beth? Joe, yes, she is my girl, and a regular good one. She is too. So yes, she is my, means family member, my sister, and she is telling that she is my girl. Laurie, the pretty one is Meg, and the curly-haired one is Emmy. He knows everything, even though he has not come to their house, but then also he knows about the family members, and because he used to look at them. How you will get next. So now he is telling that yes, the pretty one is Meg and the curly-haired one is Emmy. Joe looks surprised. Eh? She, her expression was full of surprise, because how this boy, came to know about the family members, about our sisters. Now Joe is asking, how did you find it out? So how do you come to know that she is Meg, she is Emmy, she is Beth? Laurie, why? You see, I often hear you calling to one another. So I used to hear you calling each other, and I cannot help looking over at your house. So I cannot stop myself, I cannot resist myself. So I am so much tempted. I want to know about you. That's why I cannot stop, looking over at your house. I beg your pardon for being so rude. Now he is telling that I am sorry, because without your knowledge. I used to look at your house, so I'm sorry for that. But sometimes you forget to draw the curtain at the window where the flowers are, so near the place where flowers are. So you sometimes you forget to draw the curtain, and when the lamps are lighted at the evening hours or at the night, it's like looking at a picture to see the fire and you all around the table with your mother. So I used to see you through a window, because sometimes you forget to draw the curtain at the evening hours, so I can see you all sitting around the fire. And her face is right opposite. He looks so sweet behind the flowers. I have not got any mother. Now he is telling about, Joe's mother. So I have not got any mother, you know. Now he expressing his grief, sorrow that he doesn't have any mother. Now that's why he is telling that I used to see you, even I know your mother too. Joe, gently. We'll never draw that curtain anymore. Okay, then if you like to see through the window, definitely I am not going to draw the curtain anymore. I give you leave to look as much as you like, so I'll permit you, I'll give you the chance to see through it. I just wish, though, instead of peeping, you'd come over and see us. So now she's telling that I'll be more glad if you, instead of looking through the peeping through the window, if you come to our house. Mother is so splendid, she would do you heaps of good, and we would have jolly times. Wouldn't you, Grandpa let you? So let you means they allow you. So if you come to our house, we'll enjoy together, we'll have good time together. So will your Grandpa allow you? Now Lorry, I think he would, if your mother asked him. So if your mother take permission or ask, then definitely my grandpa will allow me to go to your house. He's very kind and he lets me do what I like pretty much. Only he is afraid I might be a bother to strangers. So you see, now he is telling that my grandpa, he is very good person. He doesn't, what's called, he most of the time allow me to go or to do whatever I like to do. But sometimes he is afraid that I may be, a bother to strangers. Means people may not like me. So strangers may not like me. That is what he is afraid. Joe interrupting. Means while he was telling, Joe stopped him in between. She started talking. She told, but we are not strangers, we are neighbors, and you did not think you'd be a boater, so you don't think that you will not like you, will trouble us. So since we are neighbors, we are not strangers, we want to know you. Joe and Laurie start talking about books. Then just here they their conversation stops here, and then they start talking about books. Laurie, come down and see our library. Grandpa is out, so you need not be afraid. So let's go to our library. Joe, tossing her head, I'm not afraid of anything. Now Joe is telling that I don't fear anyone. Okay, let's move to the library. Here the third scene ends. So dear students, I'll continue the later part in the next class. Thank you.